There's a lot of uncomfortable feelings about stopping dialysis on her part and on my part, right? The heaviness mostly on me because I had to think of her feelings as well and my kids. Yeah. But it didn't stop me from entertaining the idea. Yeah. Because, and we talked about it yesterday, about all that I have to do to get ready. But she understood. She come to accept whatever I wanted to do. She's okay with it, but I meant like not okay with it.
But to be supportive, you know,
Yeah.
because ultimately, even though it's a journey for both of us, it's his body that has to live through it. And yeah, we still have the conversations about stopping dialysis. But at the beginning, like I said, I had a hard time with that. But today I just listened, I just listened to him and let him talk about how he's feeling. And just trying to reassure him that whatever he decides to do is something I'll have to be supportive of.
And I was telling her that her mom passed, but her mom asked her, if anything more happens, do not try to bring me back. And I was saying, there's not too many people in this world that would reach that level of respect for another person to honor that, because the human side of us, the selfishness, will want to hold and grasp for anything or whatever little is left. But when you let them go, there's no deeper or higher shown of respect to honor that person's wishes. I was saying my wife has that. She did it once. I might I might ask her to do it again. But that's something that we're still talking about.
And I think faith plays a really big part in all of it. And then for me personally, because I know that the life we have right now is not finite. There's another life. I guess people would call it the other side or whatever, but heaven or whatever the faith pertains to. I think that's so important for us anyway, because I know that even though I will not see him physically here, if anything was to happen, I will see him again. That brings some comfort, some kind of peace to it all. Yeah. So that's just for me personally. I think faith plays a big part in it.
And it wasn't a spur of the moment decision, right? We're still talking about it. We're still trying to work out the details of like, am I willing to commit to follow through?
And then the other part too is you kind of struggle with the thought. At least I did at the beginning. I'm like, is that like suicide? Is he killing himself like that? I had to really process a lot of that. But for me, I don't think it is now, because it's about their quality of life, what they're comfortable with on any given day, I guess. But ultimately, like he said, it's about respecting his feelings and his wishes.
It's the fear of leaving my family behind. That's what I people struggle with. Maybe not so much people, but I struggle with it. And I love my kids, I love my family, my grandkids, my great grandkids. And about quitting dialysis, and I was saying I gave my life looking after people. Now, do I show that kind of commitment to look after myself and have follow through? Right? It's not the fear of dying that's holding me back. It's just that, yeah, the fear of leaving them behind and being vulnerable when they're hurting, wounded, and weak.
And one of the hardest things too is was telling him that I'm gonna be okay. Because I thought of that, and I didn't want to give him permission to give up. That's why I didn't want to say that to him. I wanted him to keep fighting and keep moving forward. So I didn't tell him that. And it was a good friend of mine that I had to talk to about. Remember, I was talking about emotional support. I had to talk it out with someone. And she told me that you have to tell him you're going to be okay. Because he's not, if something were to happen and he doesn't know that, it's not going to be easy for you to have that closure on it. So I did have to tell him, that if anything were to happen to him, I'm going to be okay. So yeah, there was lots of emotional, hard conversations that we've had to have about that.
And even with our children, the older ones, you know, to support their mom. This ain't easy. It's not going to be, you're not going to be better tomorrow. There are days where you're going to really feel it, and then there are days where you won't think about it, But that's way down the road. I don't know when that is. It's different for everybody. People grow apart and people grow together. It's what you put into anything.
And we've had lots of young couples come to us, usually when they're at a breaking point or they're really struggling, but we'll sit and share our experiences and just give them some tips, I guess. I don't know if they're the right ones all the time, but it's worked for us. Always talk.
Yeah. And always listen.
Yeah.
You can't learn if somebody's talking and you're not listening, right? And that's the thing is, did we go to bed angry? People say don't go to bed angry. Yeah, we went to bed angry. And just the same way you go to bed with regrets and remorses, you get up, they're gone. Right? No, I don't ask her to carry my anger. Or should she ask me to carry her regrets? But I'll listen to her.
And have a good strong frying pan just in case. I'm just kidding about that part.
There are some days where I'm done. I'm just emotionally, mentally, physically, and spiritually tired. And then those days are far and in between now. But at the start of dialysis, it was every day. And listening to other patients, trying to grasp some kind of hope or inspiration out of something they said to me. The good thing about listening. You do not only listen with your ears, but with your heart. And you also do not just listen to the words that you're told. You listen to the words that are being scared to be told to you.
From the caregiver side, uh, just try to be the best support you can. Don't be scared to ask questions. Um, and just, you just accept that what's happening is happening. Like it's not gonna change. You just have to change your attitude about how to move forward with it. And yeah, just, it's that's easier said than done, I guess. But yeah, just to try to be the best support you can be.
Realistically, my choice to stop dialysis is, it's a choice, it's a feeling. But when you act upon it, it becomes an action, right?